Bangkok, 1971. A humid night clings to the neon streets. Rain drizzles over cracked asphalt, turning puddles into mirrors of flickering signs. The city hums with life. Motorbikes roar, distant music pulses, and somewhere in the alleyways, whispers of a fighter are spreading. Inside a dimly lit gym, the scent of sweat, leather, and old wood mixes like smoke in the air. A master boxer known only as Victor the Hammer Reyes is warming up, punching the heavy bag with relentless fury. He's tall, broad, his fists like hammers, every strike echoing like thunder. He's the champion here, feared, untouchable until tonight. A shadow appears at the doorway. Victor doesn't notice at first, he's too absorbed in his rhythm, his dominance. The figure steps closer, calm, composed, radiating an aura that seems almost electric. "Hey," Victor says, pausing. His voice is rough, worn with years of victory and arrogance. "You here to get hurt?" The man steps into the light, short, wiry, but every inch honed to perfection. His gaze is focused, unflinching. Victor squints. "Who are you?" "No name," the man says softly. "Just a fighter." Victor laughs, a deep, shaking laugh. "A fighter? You look like you couldn't knock over a candle. I'm the master here. People come from all over the world to challenge me and fail. You'll be next." He wipes sweat from his brow and cracks his knuckles. Around them, the gym seems to grow heavier, the air thick with anticipation. But Victor doesn't know the truth. He doesn't know that the man in front of him is Bruce Lee, a name that could end careers before a single punch is thrown. Tonight, Victor thinks he's facing an unknown challenger. He's about to face a storm he cannot see coming. Victor steps into the ring, towering over his opponent. "You ready, little man?" Bruce smiles faintly, almost imperceptibly. "I'm ready when you are." The bell rings, and in that instant time slows. Every movement becomes a heartbeat, every breath a countdown. Victor throws the first punch fast, heavy, but Bruce moves like water, flowing, slipping, untouchable. Each strike Victor lands is met with a dance of avoidance, a blur of speed. The gym falls silent. Students, trainers, and spectators hold their breath. The impossible is happening. Victor, the feared master, is being toyed with. You're fast," Victor growls, muscles tensing, anger flaring. He accelerates, swinging harder, a fury built over decades of dominance. But Bruce is faster still, reading, predicting, flowing, striking only where it counts. One punch, two punches, a kick. Victor staggers, shocked. He's never faced anyone like this. His confidence cracks just slightly enough for Bruce to press the advantage. And then, with a move so fast no eye can track it, Bruce strikes, clean, precise. A strike that ends the fight before Victor even realizes it began. The gym explodes into gasps, murmurs, disbelief. Victor falls to the mat, pride shattered, ego demolished. The master has been defeated by a man he didn't even know was Bruce Lee. Bruce stands over him, calm, almost serene. "Respect," he says quietly. "That's the difference between skill and power." The lights flicker, the rain outside intensifies, and in that moment a legend is silently, undeniably confirmed. Bangkok morning, 1971. The rain has stopped. Streets glisten with puddles reflecting the neon remnants of last night's chaos. Victor, the Hammer Reyes, wakes in a cold sweat, the sting of defeat still burning in his bones. For a man used to victory, losing is a poison that eats at the mind, twists the soul, and fuels a dangerous obsession. Victor sits at the edge of his bed, fists clenched, staring at the ceiling. Every detail of the fight replays in his mind. The speed, the precision, the way the man moved like wind, striking only when necessary. He can't shake the feeling that this was no ordinary fighter. He's seen many challengers, but none like him. None like the shadow who humiliated him in front of his students, his friends, his reputation. In the gym, Victor's disciples whisper. Rumors spread like wildfire. Who is this mysterious man? Some claim he's a ghost, a myth, a master from another world. Victor hears their whispers but doesn't answer. He's consumed by a single thought: I will find him, and I will beat him. Meanwhile, Bruce Lee trains elsewhere. A small, minimalist dojo tucked between narrow streets. Inside, he moves with grace, a silent storm contained in the fluidity of his motion. Every strike, every kick, every motion is deliberate, precise, yet effortless. He's calm, yet alert, as if he can feel every potential threat in the city before it even materializes. Bruce doesn't train for ego. He trains for mastery, for understanding, for the pure expression of human potential. Yet even he senses something unusual, the aura of Victor, a man fueled by raw power and pride. It intrigues him. He knows the world has many fighters, but very few understand the mind behind the fist. Victor may be strong, but strength without clarity is fragile. Back in Victor's gym, the obsession deepens. He trains with brutal intensity, hitting the bag until his knuckles bleed, until the sound of his own fists becomes a rhythm that drowns out every other thought. He spars with his disciples, overwhelming them with raw power, but the fear in their eyes only mirrors his own frustration. None of this is enough. Victor begins stalking Bruce's movements through the city, trying to uncover the identity of the man who humiliated him. Days turn into nights. His obsession grows into something almost unhinged. Every alley, every street corner, every gym, he searches. He asks, he bribes, he intimidates, yet Bruce remains elusive, untouchable. One evening, Victor sits alone in a dimly lit bar. The neon flickers across his face. A drink in his hand, but he doesn't drink. His mind races with strategy, with fury, with desperation. His reflection in the cracked mirror looks back at him, not the master boxer the world feared, but a man consumed by pride and fear. Victor's trainer, a wise old man named Santos, approaches him quietly. "Victor, you cannot fight someone you do not understand. You are letting anger guide your fists. Strength alone will not win this battle." Victor slams the glass down, the shards scattering like his own patience. "I don't care. I have to beat him. I have to prove that I am the greatest." Santos sighs, placing a hand on Victor's shoulder. "And if you fail again, will your obsession destroy you before he even throws a punch?" Victor's eyes blaze. "Then I will rise, I will train harder, I will become faster, stronger, unstoppable." Meanwhile, Bruce senses the storm brewing. In his quiet dojo, he meditates, feeling the tension in the city like a ripple across water. He knows Victor will not rest. He knows Victor will come prepared, fueled by anger and pride. And Bruce understands, this is no longer just a fight. It is a clash of philosophies, a test of mind, body, and spirit. Weeks pass. Victor transforms. His training reaches a level bordering madness. Night and day merge. Sparring sessions leave his disciples battered, bruised, awed. He adopts unconventional methods, running barefoot through alleys, lifting weights far beyond normal limits, shadowboxing in the pouring rain until his body screams. Every cell in his body vibrates with anticipation, with a singular goal: defeat Bruce Lee. Then a letter arrives. A simple envelope, no stamp, no name. Inside, a single line written in elegant script. "Meet me at dawn, Riverside Dojo. Come prepared." Victor reads it, heart racing. His opportunity has arrived. The man he has been hunting, the ghost who humiliated him, now invites him. Victor grins, a feral, dangerous smile. His obsession has found its prey. The city awakens slowly. The river reflects the early morning sun. Mist hovers over the water like ghosts of the past, unseen but felt. Victor steps onto the Riverside Dojo floor, muscles taut, eyes sharp. He doesn't see Bruce yet, only the anticipation, only the tension vibrating in the air. And then a sound, a soft, almost imperceptible movement. Bruce steps into the light. Calm, composed, confident but not arrogant. The air seems to bend around him, energy flowing without force like water over stones. Victor charges instinctively, fists swinging, a blur of raw aggression. Bruce moves with impossible speed, dodging, slipping, guiding Victor's energy harmlessly away. Each punch Victor throws is met with a counter, a subtle redirection, a philosophy in motion. Victor stumbles, shocked. He's trained for months, for years, and still, Bruce is beyond him. His punches carry weight, but Bruce's understanding carries wisdom. "You fight with anger," Bruce says softly, almost kindly. "Strength without control is like a storm that destroys everything, including itself." Victor grits his teeth. I will not lose again." Bruce's eyes narrow, his body poised like a spring. "Then show me your best, and I will show you why mastery is not measured in power, but in precision, understanding, and heart." The first strike lands, and the dance begins again, faster, sharper, more dangerous. Victor's fury meets Bruce's calm like fire colliding with ice. Each moment stretches into eternity. Each movement is a conversation, a question, a challenge. The fight will not just test strength. It will test mind, spirit, will, and in this clash only one will emerge transformed. Dawn breaks over the Riverside Dojo. Mist swirls like spirits over the river, carrying the scent of rain, sweat, and anticipation. Victor, the hammer raised, stands across from Bruce Lee, muscles taut, fists clenched. Every inch of him screams raw power, yet behind his glare there is a tremor, a shadow of doubt. Bruce stands silently, calm, focused, a storm contained in perfect form. His eyes, sharp and unwavering, do not see Victor merely as an opponent. They see the mind behind the fists, the pride, the obsession, the desperation. And he understands that this fight is not about victory or defeat, it is a test of humanity's potential. Victor lunges first, fists crashing like sledgehammers. The ground shakes under the force. Bruce moves not with force but with flow. Each dodge, each slip is effortless. Victor's strikes meet only air or are subtly guided aside. This man, faster than anything I've faced, Victor thinks, rage and awe colliding inside him. I've trained for months, for years, and yet, he's untouchable. Bruce steps in closer, his body a coiled spring. Anger blinds you, he says quietly, almost a whisper. Control, understanding, heart, that is what makes a fighter immortal. Victor roars and swings a haymaker that could crush steel. Bruce sidesteps and counters, not with brute force but precision. A single strike lands, tapping Victor's shoulder with a force that seems minor, yet the shock runs through Victor like lightning. He stumbles, pride shakes, fury spikes. He attacks again and again, faster, harder. Each punch is heavier, sharper, but Bruce moves like water, turning energy into flow, guiding it harmlessly away, sometimes redirecting it back with surgical subtlety. Victor's thoughts spiral. He's not just fast, he's reading me. He knows before I act. How is this possible? The fight escalates. Bruce's movements are poetry, fluid, elegant, lethal. Every kick, every strike, every dodge is deliberate, teaching as much as striking. Victor's raw strength is met with wisdom, and slowly fatigue begins to gnaw at him. His swings grow wider, slower, desperation creeping in. Victor charges, fueled by obsession, throwing everything he has into a single, earth-shattering punch. Bruce does not panic. He does not flinch. With a breath, he steps aside, taps Victor's chest with a strike so light it seems inconsequential, but Victor's momentum throws him off balance. Victor crashes to the mat. Dust rises. Silence falls over the dojo. The students and spectators hold their breath. Bruce steps back, calm, hands relaxed. It's not just about power, he says. It's about knowing yourself, controlling yourself, and respecting every opponent every moment. Victor rises slowly, rage and pride clashing with realization. His muscles tremble, sweat pouring down his face. He is exhausted, yet not defeated in spirit. Something inside him shifts, fury giving way to understanding. You're impossible, Victor mutters, voice hoarse. I've never felt anything like this. Bruce smiles faintly. Impossible is just a word. Limits exist only in the mind. True mastery comes from pushing beyond them without destroying yourself in the process. Victor exhales, muscles loosening, eyes clearing. For the first time he sees not an enemy but a teacher, a mirror, a challenge that transcends winning or losing. They circle each other one last time. The air crackles with tension. Every breath, every heartbeat is magnified. Then, explosively, the final sequence begins. Fists fly, kicks strike. Movements blur. Victor gives everything, all of his fury and skill. Bruce counters with absolute precision, turning attacks into lessons, energy into flow. For moments it feels like time itself has slowed, each strike, each dodge, each block a heartbeat in the symphony of combat. Then in a breathtaking sequence, Bruce executes a series of moves so fast and elegant, it is almost impossible to follow. Victor blocks some, misses others. A final strike, a spinning kick delivered with perfect timing, lands on Victor's chest, knocking him back. He crashes to the mat, exhausted, pride shattered, yet enlightened. Bruce steps forward, hands open in respect. You have strength, but now you have knowledge. The real fight is never against another, it is against yourself. Victor, chest heaving, looks up. There is pain, yes, but also awe, understanding, respect. He nods slowly. I understand now. The dojo is silent. The mist of dawn swirls around them, sunlight piercing through the haze. In this moment something has changed. A master has been humbled and a lesson has been taught, not in words but in movement, in discipline, in the ultimate expression of mastery. Bruce bows slightly. Victor bows back. Two warriors separated by skill, united by understanding. The fight is over, but the lesson timeless. Outside, the city awakens. Life continues, unaware of the legend that just unfolded by the riverside. But for those who witnessed it, nothing will ever be the same. The echo of fists, of speed, of philosophy in motion will linger forever.